Okay, this is unboxing, unpackaging number 2. Now, I've been collecting a lot of Kenner stuff for well over 30 plus years. Primarily the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman, and a couple other Kenner related items, such as Dusty, the action doll, because she wasn't a fashion doll. Get that right, folks. Always remember, Dusty was an action doll. She played sports. She was proactive in sports, so that was cool. All right, and then there's Darcy, of course. Darcy is a fashion doll. You know, I don't have nearly as much Darcy as I do Dusty, and this is the fact. And then the most recent one that I really, of that 3, you could say that I really collected, of course, is Strawberry Shortcake. Now, Strawberry Shortcake has been around for a very long time. 1979 officially by American Greeting Cards, but I believe the character was created quite a few years prior to that. So I think her actual birth year is more like 1975. Maybe, that's close enough. I think it's 1975. 75 is the creation of a character, and then finding somebody to attach themselves to the property, American Greetings, a couple years later, and then voila. By 1979, she was huge. Greeting cards were selling extraordinarily well. There were books that were made. None of this was tied into the Kenner toys yet. That wouldn't be until 1979, 1980. That was the beginning years of Kenner's involvement in Strawberry Shortcake, which continued all the way until about 1991 or 89, I think, somewhere around there. Because there was another company that kind of took over. They used the same aesthetic designs as Kenner. So they wanted to make sure they weren't alienating one collecting base from another. So, needless to say, let's go ahead and get to this. Now, this particular figure, I was looking at a lot I got some time ago. One of them was a mint tulip box with her pet, and that was all that was in there. There was nothing else. Okay, this was a part of an incredible lot. It was by far the best lot of Strawberry Shortcake in-box examples I have ever gotten. And I got it for a sweet steal because the 2 figures alone, that being Peach Plush and Plum Pudding, wow, are worth more than what I paid for the whole lot. So. Now, I thought I already had this. So I actually went out to my storage unit where I keep a lot of my excess collectibles and stuff like that because I don't have room for everything. And that's a fact. And I thought I already had a mint tulip. So I looked through all the ones that I had in boxes, and lo and behold, would you believe it? I don't have the original mint tulip from 1982, but instead the only one I have is from 1984, the Party Pleaser Bruce. And that's the only one I had in box. And I'm going, well, I should have had a B8. Well, I'm almost 50. I'll be 50 this year, yeah. So, you can't remember everything. So there was a seller who had it, and I got it for, I think, about $10. And with her pet, woohoo! So, and I plan on having one in a box and one out of the box. There is one I'm watching right now. It's only got one shoe, so I'm not OC about actually having correct shoes. So if I can find a pair of yellow shoes, I'll end up picking that one up as well, so I can have one out of the box and one in the box, because Peach Plush I have in the box, and I have out of the box. Plum Pudding, you get the idea. So, needless to say, let's get to it. This is coming all the way from Brooklyn, New York. Somewhere out in the Bronx. No, Bronx, Brooklyn. I think that's all the same neck of the woods, either way. From Emil. Thank you very much, Emil. Because nice little box, and I couldn't go wrong. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here, shall we? Always remember, don't cut yourself, cut the box. All right. Okay. All right, we're almost in there. Okay, and we are in. She's so cute. And then the best, the coolest part about this is when you're looking for Strawberry Shortcake figures in the wild, And if you want ones that you know have never been played with, there are two main factors to look for. Number one, first and foremost, you look at the hat, because they all wear hats, and to see if it's has its attachment things. There's a word for it. It's escaping me right now. It's kind of like with clothing. Like the little tag, the little plastic little thing that holds onto it. Now it's still on her hat. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's it's down over here somewhere on both sides, and it's literally attached to their hair. And then another part that did give away is right here. See the plastic wrapped around her hair. Because inside the box, that's how it was packaged. They literally would doink doink the little sides there to keep the hat down. And then the plastic was, of course, put on before they put the hat. So that way the hair wouldn't be all over the place. Because you wanted to make sure the product looked presentable to the child who wanted to purchase Mint Tulip. And let's check to see if she still has a smell. Well, she doesn't have the smell that, I don't know what her original smell would have been. Mint Tulip, I would think it would be a mint flavor. And here's one. I recently found out, you know how to reintroduce the smells? Essential oils. That's right, folks. I was reading up on it. You get essential oils based on, like lemon, let's say lemon meringue. What you do is you take a couple little drops of essential oils on the top of their hair or their hat, because literally, and you just kind of rub it in a little ways. That way it will reintroduce the smell that was associated with the particular figure. Like strawberry shortcake, you use essential oil, strawberry, and then she'll smell like strawberries again. And of course, Mint Tulip can't be Mint Tulip without her duck. I love this duck, seriously. Here he goes. Do, 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 do. Hey, what are you looking at, buddy? I already have a Mint Tulip. There we go. Marmalade, name of the duck. But escapes me. But that's all right. I already have the duck. So like I said, all I need is a loose example, because she's going back in the box I got upstairs. So, and she is just fantastic looking. Another thing too, over time, these older toys like this, they get a little sticky, but that's okay. No, he doesn't have a smell either. So originally this would have been a mint smell, I'm assuming, because Mint Tulip would be a mint, right? Because the tulip flower, that would be interesting. I don't know what a tulip flower smells like, so I'll look into that. But yep, this was my only strawberry shortcake pickup recently, because you gotta have them all. Like Pokemon. No. Don't ever compare Pokemon to strawberry shortcake. This is iconic. Pokemon is, well, it's a niche thing, honestly. Okay, I got one more quick unboxing here in just a minute. Stay tuned. Say goodbye, Mint, and your ducky friend. Bye-bye, everyone.